Are you in search of some historic yet dramatic adventure? This weekend, plan a Netflix and chill kind of night for yourself. It's time you enjoy the Vikings Valhalla, but with a little more attention to find out some secrets. Yeah, you heard it right. Some secrets of the series. Or maybe you've already watched the series, but you probably missed out on some secrets of Viking Valhalla. Well, a little background story would help in understanding the wonders of the series. Fans were not only amazed for the return of the sequel series, but the entire cast is versatile. You might have seen some of the actors in the Vikings who are working again in the sequel. The fact is that there are a lot of things happening in Vikings Valhalla, and in order to educate you about the secrets that you've missed while watching the series, we're here to explore some amazing facts and small details in the form of secrets. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay up to date for our future videos. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the journey of exploring some amazing secrets. So, starting on with the first secret on the list, we saw Kategat in the Vikings. It was a small town. When Vikings Valhalla began, it was seen as a free city in the major center of Vikings world. If you look closely, the location of this place comes with the need for protection and an efficient defense system.
Kategat. It is more beautiful than I ever imagined.
There is a narrow entryway to stop the fleet from invading ships. It's a great addition to the port. Moving on, if you remember, Ragnar's raid of Paris was one of the historical moments of the Vikings. The major fact is that he was able to fake his death by entering the city in a coffin. At the time when the Viking fleet was close, measures were taken to stop them from invasion. The secret is that, inspired by this incident, Kategat used a similar technique to save the port from any unwanted ships. It was a great lesson they learned and implemented from the Paris raids. If you remember, Rollo decided to switch sides because he was overlooked and not appreciated. When the Franks made an offer to him to defend Paris against the Viking attacks, and in return, he would be given all the riches. He is soon given a land known as Normandy and also offered the hand of a princess named Gisla. It sounds like a pretty easy deal. She also appreciated her husband and wins his trust because he takes a step against his own people to save the city. Later in the series, the king gets married to Norman woman Queen Emma. When the king dies, Emma gets a hold of England. The secret that you probably miss is the fact that the court communicates only Emma could be the better person for defending England as the great-granddaughter of Rollo. Emma works on learning the language and gaining the trust of people, and she proves to be the real survivor. In the initial scenes of the series, Prince Harald confesses that he is the great-grandson of Harald Finehair. Well, you might not be aware of his name, and if you started watching the sequel, Harald Finehair believed he was destined to rule his homeland. But that was the major thing that put him in problems with Ragnar. Now in his case, things went against his brother, King Olaf. He promised him that the throne will end with his death, but secretly he has a son. Olaf planned to see his son on the throne. Now the fact is, if Prince Harald joins the forces with Canute for the quest, then he'll be promised the Norwegian crown. So the question is, will the secret child achieve his dream, similar to the dream of his great-grandfather? This is pretty interesting. It's one of the secrets that you would have never known if we didn't explain it on this list. If you look closely, every actor in the Vikings Valhalla has a different and unique style of fighting.
The battle comes from all sides!
That too is generated from something that suits the actors in a very well way. It's very specific and portrayed in the most dramatic ways. A clear example is of Leif. He can be seen using the handles of his axe for attacking his enemies. His attacks are quite lethal, just to show the fact that he is not as cruel as his father, Eric. Well, Kare is seen wearing gloves most of the time. Did you notice it? But when he comes back up to Uppsala, we get to know the fact that he has been hiding his past by covering his hand with gloves. He's allowed to enter the temple by showing his Y-shaped tattoo on the palm of his hand. The symbol is a secret known as alges, which is supposed to provide protection. The whole ideographic representation of the symbol and its background stories quite literally portrayed in the Vikings several times. Well, you probably didn't know that Sam Corlett, who plays the role of Leif Erikson, the actor, is vegan. The secret is that the costume designer Susan O'Connor created a vegan leather armor for the actor to wear. The designer also worked in Vikings original series, but in this sequel, she introduced richer colors with more specific details in the costume. It further gives a hint of Vikings turned towards Christianity. Well, many of you spotted some chemistry between Godwin and Gitta. It's not just a coincidence. There is a very good reason behind their chemistry. Any guesses? The truth is that in reality, Goodwin, Earl of Wessex, got married to Gitta,
the news in Tokyo, not alone in Valhalla.
who was the sister of Danish Earl. Moreover, their son was Harald Godwinson, who was killed by Norman arrow in a battle prominently known as the Battle of Hastings. Any guesses for this one? Well, Frida Gustavin, who showcased the character of Fridavis, said she had the heaviest costume among all the lead characters.
My friends were killed by a Christian Jarl named Kåre.
You might be surprised to know that the Shield Man armor weighed the most out of her entire costume, majorly because of the 2,700 cut leaves that were used to decorate and make it look attractive for the audience. The leaves, textures, and colors of the costumes were meant to form some sort of connection between nature and earth. According to the saga of Eric the Red, it is said that the real Fridis fought a battle against the North while she was 8 months pregnant. It's said that her fellow people or invaders ran away when they were attacked, but Fridis stood firm and picked the sword of a fallen guard. She drove the natives back into sea. She was probably the most powerful at that time. In case you didn't know, Edric was American Earl who surprisingly turned against the English people. He quite literally went on assisting King Canute. However, he landed and got the old funds for himself only. Not just this, but it said that the king later went on to fulfill his wish before his head was chopped off. Hey all you drama fans, you just explored some of the great secrets that you probably missed out on in the series, Vikings Valhalla. With that said, we've reached the end of today's video, but wait, have you given this video a thumbs up? If not, you should do it quickly and hit the bell icon too, so you don't miss any of our exciting videos. What are your thoughts about these secrets? Well, we can't wait to see your feedback about this video in the comment section below. Go ahead and let us know in the comment section, share the video with your binge-watching friends so they don't miss out on these secrets from one of the most historic series. We'll see you soon. Stay tuned.